Hey everyone, Incoherent here, back with more Rome Total War Remastered as Germania. And we're at the start of a turn, there's a lot to do, so let's get into it immediately. First things first, I want to siege this city. And the reason for this is straightforward. This faction leader has nowhere to go now. It doesn't matter if he retreats, he's trapped. So, let's actually kill this man for real this time. And this turn it looks like he only gained around 26 men instead of the 40 he gained last turn. So let's get in there, let's kill him. And again, there is nowhere for him to go. He is in a cage. Even if he survives this battle, I will kill him eventually. So, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to charge him here with my general. Now that the gap is closed, I'm charging with my other general and all of the equites. I just don't want the equites hitting first because they're the worst in a continuous brawl. And this is just going to be the Gallic faction leader dead as hell. There's no way he survives this.
Victory is the reward of warriors.
Yeah. He killed one man. It turns out he should have done something. So for this turn, I really don't need to use this boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have this army walk down and hop on the boats and just ferry them as far down the coast of Spain as I can. And then I'll come back as a ferry for next turn. And this army may as well lay siege to the city. Not that it can do anything, but it's going to be getting on this boat as well. Now here, I'm going to war with Spain. Which, you know, is entirely unwarranted. Spain didn't deserve it, but it's happening. Spain has relatively rich lands. They're not well developed, but they are quite profitable. What on earth was that UI glitch I was just seeing? I don't even know how to replicate it. My point being, though, that Spain is weak, and they have land worth money, and they're on my border, and you don't win this game by being nice. So, this is just how it's going to go for Spain. Now, I'm going to come deal with Britain later, because that's actually hard to do, so I'm going to keep doing the easy parts of my turn first. Such as taking this army down, and actually it looks like I have to expose it to pirates, which feels pretty bad. I feel like these two locations aren't really too far apart, so I'm going to drop him off on the shore here and not be exposed to pirates. And then next turn I can get him like on land within walking range of Corsica. Or Carolus, rather, the city on Corsica. Actually, I can never remember. Is this one Corsica or is this one? I just remember that group of them as Corsica and Sardinia. Now, continuing the easy parts of the turn, let's just kill Dacia a little bit. And in fact, I don't think I need mercenaries right now. Let's go look at my infrastructure, see what I'm spending money on. Because I'm basically building an entire army in the top of my empire to eventually fight Britain. And that's not cheap, so I need to go see exactly how much it's going to cost me. So after recruiting all my units, I have just under $2,000 left, which isn't even enough to hire all of these mercenaries. My upkeep is going to keep going up as well, and these mercenaries are only going to make that worse. So, sadly, I don't think I'm going to be getting these mercs. Which is fine, but I would have liked to have them. It is their governor, a spear warband, and an archer warband, and honestly that doesn't sound too hard, it just means I might take some arrows while I'm getting in the city. So what I've done is I've set my units up on either side of the city, because I'm just going to attack the side the archers aren't on. It looks like the archers are in the middle of the city, so I'll attack both sides, which isn't how this should have went, but okay. Okay, it looks like the archers are finally leaving the middle to come throw spears at my guys, or shoot arrows, rather. I swear I know what units do. I know what an archer is. I'm not completely retarded. And unfortunately, I'm just going to have to take the arrows for a little bit. Because, yeah, there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I guess I could evacuate the city. It seems more worthwhile to just accept the damage. Okay, we're going to see how my general actually does in terms of executing this charge command. So far, it looks like he's taking the right path and not actually doing anything crazy, and the barbarian warlord's going to ignore him. And I'm going to let the barbarian warlord catch up with me here. Like, this is going to suck a little bit, but it's fine. Because now the barbarian warlord will chase me into the phalanx. Just have to hope that my general's not one of these people in the back who actually have a chance of dying. And while all this is happening, my phalanx on the other side of the city can just walk up to the town square. And based on how pathfinding is actually going to work out, I'll do that a little bit differently. Yeah, so this phalanx has done exactly what I thought it would, which is just catch the enemy general. And the phalanx behind it has done exactly what I thought it would, which is snap in half when I gave it a movement command. No. No, no, no. You're right. You are right next to the path you need to be taking, my man. Their general, whether he's winning or losing, is in a terrible spot. It's just a matter of how long it takes to get there. And come on, Pathfinding, I believe in you. You got this.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and
As well, they should.
Attack! Attack!
Okay. Now we're going to charge the archer a second time. It's going to work this time. Yeah. Meanwhile, the spearmen are almost in place. Oh, they were marching in phalanx. No wonder it's taken them so long. Oh, wow. They didn't run them down for shit, did they? Well, these warbands need to get in position much faster then. Alright, cool. You seem to have continued directly past them all the way across the square, and now you're fighting the Spear Warband. That's very impressive, but not at all what you should be doing. This one unit of archers that's just on the square because I couldn't run them down is very frustrating, but I think the Warband is basically AFK at this point because it's being attacked by the Phalanx, so this shouldn't be the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, there are 9 of them left, and that'll be fine. Meanwhile, my Illyrians are going to throw spears directly into the back of this warband, which should deal absolutely hilarious casualties. Alright, are all the archers dead? I believe so. Bring in one phalanx to actually get on the square and fight back. What are you doing? Apparently I had him selected. I don't know how I had him selected, but oh well. Warbands are easily retrainable, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. At this point, we're just going to put this on triple speed and wait for the end. Oh man, phalanx formation is hard to do, isn't it? Did this unit get wiped out entirely? Oh no, it's on the square now. I thought this was the end of it.
Victory is the reward of warriors.
300 rather sloppy wounds, but it's all in Spear Warbands who really don't matter to me at all. And I'll just occupy this. It really doesn't matter much. And let me condense my wounds so that I can actually see how many soldiers need to stay behind and get retrained. Okay, so I can retrain these 2 Spear Warbands, and that's the full extent of what I can do. I'm going to leave behind this unit of 38 Peltas as well, so that they can hopefully be the garrison, and move on to fight. Falxmen think they can take me. That's kind of adorable how wrong they are. Oh, they're trying to flee now. Well, I guess I should have seen that coming. The pathfinding on this charge, though, right? They just missed. They're right next to them and they're missing. Like, guys. It's not the hardest command in the world. It's unreal, isn't it, just how stupid this is. Well, at this point I'm about to just let them go before I risk my general's life. In fact, I am. So this is going to be my last chance to hire Illyrian mercenaries if I think I need them. As I step across the bridge, what's the mercenary pool change to? Just better. I'm no longer afraid of not having enough mercs. Let's just take the road straight to their capital and hire the mercs when we get there. And he got a famous warrior and a sword bearer, which is very nice. Now over here, there's another would-be easy battle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move close to the settlement and then sally forth. The reason I'm doing this is so that I can have infinite morale, because the dogs are going to be a fucking problem. Yeah, so I just AFK'd, got a glass of water, my units are fresh now. Standard general stuff. It looks like the dogs are a little bit further to the left than I would like, but this should be fine. What I need to do is I need to rotate this whole thing a little bit. Now I can... It just frequently forgets that it's been rotated, or imagines that it's been rotated in a very different way if I don't give it the full duration to figure out what it's doing. But right now, if they're, like, in this formation, this is good for me. Because the thing I'm afraid of is them, you know, using the dogs as cavalry and trying to flank me with them. Come on, lose the dogs. Yeah, perfect. They're charging straight on with dogs, this should be fine. Doesn't actually show the number of dogs involved. But I can't do anything to give input to this, and I've left my other unit inside the town in case there was a chain route, I wouldn't lose the city. I think we're doing well against dogs, I can't really tell. They're just watching this fight. Like, oh man, look at the dogs go. Now this is actually fine, because it means the dogs are going to chase them all the way back inside the city. Or to right here. Whatever. Guys, deal with the dogs. You must defend yourselves from the dogs. I know I can't give you attack commands against dogs. Okay, cool. Good job. Thanks for not routing anymore. That was really helpful. It's not a draw. Fuck you. Oh god, they're coming for the other phalanx. I didn't realize they'd immediately attack the next phalanx. Alright, you guys are gonna need to actually, like, fight the fucking dogs. Can you do that? Can you defend yourselves? I know dogs are scary, but, like... Oh, they're spinning. Maybe they'll kill the dogs when they spin, who knows? What a deeply frustrating fight where it's literally just the fact that I can't target dogs. They've suffered 20 casualties already to the fact they don't want to fight the dogs. Like, that command makes them leave the city instead of stab the dogs. Look at this guy. Look at the general go. You fucking get him. Like 20 other dudes have the same plan. Because this means attack this guy. The dudes with the dogs. There's no way to give an attack the dogs command. I might have to... Like, I would actually save Scum to replay this fight because it's so frustrating to lose this way, but it looks like I will get all the dogs, and then I'll be able to win because Phalanx is countering their stuff. But what an infuriating way to lose, right? Because you literally can't issue a command to attack this unit. How the fuck did that make it into the game? Guys, it's just one dog. Fight him. Just stab the fucking dog. Okay. The tyranny of literally broken game mechanics is over. Dear Lord. So this is the part where they just die to a phalanx because, you know, that's always how this battle goes. Unless dogs manage to kill my entire army due to bad pathfinding. Gaul, what are you doing? Or Dacia, what are you doing? Defeat seems certain, huh? What a surprise.
Lord is dead, slain by your brave warrior.
Okay, I'm glad I decided to fight in the city, where I had some sort of plan to keep the dogs from running into the rest of my army, alongside their units at least. Because if I had fought this in an actual field battle, it could have easily been a chain route where I just died. Due to fucking dogs. The fact that you cannot issue and attack the dog commands is so silly. And also, I didn't expect the dogs to instantly attack onto the next unit in the city. I thought they'd just hang out in the square. Okay, so that army went all the way to here, I think. No, here. Somehow got to this side of the bridge. This unit of warhounds just won't fucking die, will it? I don't ever fight it with cavalry.
Orders, General.
If I were to hire cavalry right now, I'm not going to do it. This unit of warhounds can live, it's fine.
General.
Now, Yuvavum has the population to recruit more spearmen, so it's going to. It's going to retrain these and get me another warband. There's just a Gallic army here, because of course there is. But honestly, it probably loses in a field battle versus Spear Warband, so I think it's likely to be fine. So I'm going to have this keep moving east towards Dacia. Now let's look at the thing we do every turn when we try to rip Rome apart. They've got a general standing in the open up here. And my army has retreated into this town.
General, yes.
So let's just move this and push it back with it, because he's definitely not going to fight it. We can just take a second fight to kill him. That's fantastic. All we need to do is have this unit siege the city of Rome. And now we can kill everything. Maybe I should attack the Velites first? It likely doesn't really matter, does it? The Velites will be coming in from the left side of the battle map, though. This is a river battle? I had no idea. But since there's no bridge, I think that means I can just cross the river anywhere?
The feeble enemy have more men.
Oh, they're coming from this side.
These are more heads for our warriors to collect.
No, it's not even a full unit of Velites, it's only 25 men. This is going to be exceptionally sad. Well, I accidentally turned the camera, but I'll pretend I was censoring that massacre.
Back in the same way.
So this is pretty straightforward. I'm just moving up my phalanx until I get their general to engage. The moment he does, my cavalry sweeps around the sides, pins him, kills him. There we go. And now we can begin encompassing the enemy. Oh, he's already dead. The phalanx had it handled on their own. May as well try to get a little bit of experience before the battle ends.
This is a great victory. The cries of dying and
very sad times for the Roman Senate. Meanwhile, I can finally actually start pulling a real army together, I believe. Everyone except the Spear Warband is able to move forward. Probably don't want this injured skirmisher or these devastated mercs. I have all of this move forward. This army's basically at full strength anyway. This isn't exactly the army I would choose to try to take Rome with. But I don't think what's inside the walls is all that strong. And with the infantry from the other army joining the siege... this army can't make saps. Why can't this army make saps? Our phalanx is unable to sap. That's a pretty serious problem, because I was entirely planning to use saps here. Huh. So I bring these Samnite mercenaries, then they could sap. Oh, that's going to be a bitch and a half. Can also send these phalanxes because they can sap. Okay, so Rome is finally under siege, and it's not going to be a pretty siege, but I do think it's going to be a real siege where we actually take the walls and kill everyone inside with fair play.
yes.
This man may even be taking down the coast as reinforcements, I don't know yet. Now, unfortunately for this city, the armies that are going to be built to fight Britain won't be finished in time. So, odds are, no one's coming to save them. Next turn, I'm going to start having these cavalry come forward and everyone else come together. And this man who I've recently adopted, or who has come of age, I honestly can't remember, will be the one leading the army. Which means I should start now transferring people over to him so he has more than one command star. Okay, I found 4 different people around my empire that I can send over. And in 5 turns, this man's going to gain 2 command stars, and 3 morale to everyone on the field. So that should help a lot. Now, Iridium's currently pissed because I've just taken their garrison by the looks of it. But I imagine I can just lower the tax rate? Yeah. But try to sell Greece this map information they already have.
Would you consider...
I mean, I'll still take $200.
Oh,
I don't get anything out of not selling it. And I'll have this diplomat move north. Actually, he can probably get on a boat and go to Africa at some point soon. And I believe that's it for the turn. Ah, yes, I have a diplomat moving towards Macedon. And I think this is cavalry that wants to be retrained. I can't quite recall. Oh, the Senate didn't even try to sally forth. That's a really good sign for us. Britain, what the fuck? Do they think they're being generous? No, they think I'm being generous. Well then, let's request compensation. What does that mean? What does this do? They'll give us 340. No, 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 no. Surely if it's very generous, I deserve more then, right? If it's very generous, then I won't, like... Yeah, 2,000 is very generous. How on earth does request compensation, when I've always been the defender, only get 200? This is still very generous. Yeah.
Very well.
I have no idea how on earth compensation only got me 300 and also settled grievances, which were my grievances. I'm the one who's been wronged. I guess they're mad at me for taking Samaro Briva? That's fucking insane, though. So, retinue expands. Adolwolf got the Galloper. Good news. This man's going to come inside and get retrained. And now we're going to start moving all of our armies that are on the edges of this frontier. This army is going to move here, which means that this city is able to recruit more units, as is this one, and Trier as well. And by the time Britannia decides, oh wait, we do want to go to war with Germany in a few turns, I'll have my armies together and we'll actually be able to fight them. Now I'm curious what the balance of power looks like in this assault, and also just exactly what's inside the city. So the balance of power is, according to this, pretty even, which I think I believe. So inside the city we have Publius Maxentius and Gaius the Mad, their faction leader and heir, 7 Hastati, 5 Principes, and 3 Velites, 4 Velites rather. Which is quite a lot, and I've already recording for a while, so I'm going to do this attack later, and I might even be bringing this man to it. But for now, just want to look around, see what's in all my cities. Now, Trentum's very mad. Wasn't expecting this. You could probably lower their taxes. I can't lower their taxes. I'm going to recruit peasants, and in fact, I'm going to peasant trick this city to let all of this leave. And I should have left somebody behind so I can actually see if this works. And it does. Good. So this man is moving north. This army's moving north. The problem with sieging Rome is I don't actually believe in the concept of letting AIs control my armies. That's terrible. So I have to use my armies one at a time. This man is literally irrelevant. He doesn't do anything. Now this Gothic cavalry, or this noble cavalry and these spearmen, they do something. I can bring 2 of these into the main army that I'm going to be starting the siege with. I can bring a spear warband just to join the support. Now looking at this man's boat path, I don't believe he's needed at Rome. I don't believe the thing that Rome needs is 7 more units of spear infantry. But maybe it is, actually. I've only got 5 right now.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah, what they need is more infantry. So, that's what I'm going to give them.
General, Lord. Combining troops.
And this can just wait until the end of the turn, where it will pick somebody up and take them towards Sardinia. Capua is quite mad. I will recruit peasants here, and in fact I will peasant trick them. They are still mad. Well, they'll probably be okay once the peasants show up, because the garrison is so low right now. But the peasants will, like, literally quadruple the garrison.
Yes.
Have this diplomat get on the boat. Have this diplomat continue his trek just through the lands of Macedonia. We have 2 pretty easy sieges we need to handle, so let's get through them. It's just spear warbands, and that's just always a tragedy. They don't stand a chance in hell. So you can see they're going for the warband I've sent in on the left, which means I'm going to start moving in the other warband to flank as fast as I can. These guys just need to draw up as best they can, and they've gotten confused at this point, which is a little bit sad.
Our warriors have driven the enemy from his own walls. The way to victory is open.
And I think both warbands made it into formation in time. So yeah, that's the game. Gaul's just dead. Since they're getting real close to the edge here, I may as well walk up and stab them a bit. Like, yeah, this doesn't work, Gaul. Just in case it starts looking like it might work, I'll send in a second spear warband. God damn it. I don't know how I had them selected. I seem to accidentally select units quite often in this game, but despite my best efforts, they seem fine this time. I can't imagine how strong phalanxes would be if they actually consistently worked well.
With his ancestors and watch his warriors flee.
So we're just slowly moving all of our phalanxes up from all 3 directions. It doesn't really matter which direction they charge, they're fucked. So, yeah, it's just very sad, isn't it? Yeah, so I guess I have to like start moving up like this. Which that is letting me do? Doesn't seem like a good plan to me. And they're really apathetic, aren't they? Alright, let's see how those commands actually go. I mean, I suspect they won't go according to plan, but if they do, it'll be amazing. Alright, yeah, these guys are really, really struggling with the information I've told them. You need to be over here, friends. And you guys aren't even close. I mean, it is a complete slaughter. Like, we don't stand a chance in hell of losing, no matter how badly the positioning goes. There we go. Your guys are getting it. Poor Gaul.
Waiting for order. Waiting for order.
This is just brutal, isn't it?
Waiting for order.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. We lost 60 men, killed 700, and that honestly felt like a sloppy version of the fight.
We shall rule our land by
Are we going to occupy this? I think we are. We're obviously going to repair the walls. We're going to see if we can be trained, and we can actually retrain all of this, so let's condense our losses down to 1 unit.
orders. Chief.
Hop out of the city and see how they look. They are completely fine. That's fantastic news. Although, honestly, there's no reason to leave the wounded unit behind. I'd rather make peasants and take this wounded unit with me, because he's never going to catch up to the boat. Here I'll walk down the coast, and I'll drop off a new army right where he was standing.
Set sail. Aye, Captain. Yes, Captain.
And this army is going to hit Palma and then come down to the coastline here for, I believe this is Cirta. Meanwhile, one of the armies conquering Rome is going to hit Sardinia and then come down to Carthage. And we're going to get to the Siege of Osca and the Siege of Rome next time. For now, I'm done though. I've been Rather Incoherent, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. All that really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you next time.